if this doesn't happen, I'm just telling you right now, this team deserves everything that it has coming to them. Now, I normally don't subscribe to stuff like that or recommend stuff like that, or probably I should say prescribe, whatever. What does it matter? Who cares? But point is, I'm not a big fan of looking at championship or bust talk. Like, to me, I don't look at championship or bust talk. I think a lot of things have to go in your direction. A lot of things have to go in your favor. You're going to need a break. You're going to need a lucky bounce. You're going to need some things that happen in your favor, or else you're not going to be a champion. You can go through the list of champions in every single sport. Something happened at some point that went their way. As great as they were, something happened. Thus, they're champions. All right, if you want to go all the way back to the Giants-Patriots Super Bowl, in which the Patriots were undefeated going into that game, look, that was the best team in the league. That's one of the best teams we've ever seen. Nobody beat them, including the Giants in the regular season. But what happened? The Giants won a Super Bowl because they got the bounce. They got a break. Something went their way. Eli Manning got out of a sack, completed a pass, and David Tyree caught it on his helmet. It's crazy. You need some breaks. You need things to go your way. That's how part of this happens. You know, you can call it lucky. You can call it whatever you want. That's how this stuff happens. And you're crowned a champion, but you can go through the list of every champion in every sport, and something went their way at some point during the course of the season or the playoffs in which they won a title. Now, one or two things normally go your way. But when you get like 3, 4, 5, 6 different things to go your way, at that point, there are no more excuses. Nothing will be acceptable except for championships. And in this point, it's championship or bust. And I say all that to say this. If the Boston Celtics do not win an NBA championship this year, they deserve to be sawed off by anybody in the media. They deserve everything they got coming to them. Because you talk about getting some breaks to win a championship, everything has gone in their direction. Everything. Now, they looked great against Philadelphia last night, but I think we can all agree Joel Embiid's not anywhere close to 100%. And James Harden, he'll give you that one great game, but you can't count on him consistently. But that being said, Joel Embiid's not 100%. And that changes the complexion of that series and changes the complexion possibly of the East. So you say, well, what about elsewhere in the East? Oh, you mean the Miami Heat? Yeah, they're banged up too. Jimmy Butler's hobbled. Tyler Hero's in a cast. Victor Oladipo suffered an injury. Like, they're banged up as well too. Yeah, but I mean, it's not like the Celtics were a 1 seed. They're the 2 seed, so they still got... Oh, no. No, that 1 seed, yeah, they just lost because their star player was injured, and in fact, they just fired their coach. Yeah, but that's just the Eastern Conference. What about the Western Conference? Oh, the Western Conference. Oh, you're asking about... Oh, you mean where like 2 of the top 3 seeds have been eliminated? Like that Western Conference? That one? You know? Where injuries are also a factor? Where, I mean, outside of Denver, who else do you look at in the NBA and go, well, that team seems like they're 100% and play? There's no more excuses. This is it. Everything has gone in your direction. Everything has landed in your lap if you're the Boston Celtics. And it's why people get frustrated when you see them lose game 1 against Philly. You're like, what? How'd that happen? Everything's there. The odds would tell you so. Everything's there for the Celtics to win a title. You see them with the Hawks, and they're like struggling against the Hawks. You're like, what is it? And it's weird. It's almost like the Celtics play at times like they're the defending champions, and they're not. And so I'm telling you right now, if you were to look at the betting odds that have the Boston Celtics at almost even money at this point in the playoffs, which is not normal, the Boston Celtics are at almost even money to win a title. That's because of everything that has gone on around them, the injuries, the eliminations, all of it that has landed in their lap. The betting market is telling you that team should win a championship. And if they do not, May I reiterate, they deserve to be sawed off by anybody in the media that's got a voice, anybody that's writing a column, any fan base. You could say whatever you want. In fact, you could argue, even if they did win a title, you could look at it and go, it's kind of flawed. I mean, it's so slanted. Remember the Raptors championship? Mark Cuban came out afterwards and was like, well, the injuries and everything that went along with it, and he kind of took some shots, kind of took a couple of digs. And it's like, well, yeah, but they won a championship. They did, and you give them full credit for it. But, man, Golden State lost like two really important players. A couple of Hall of Famers got injured in that series. I mean, there were some things that went the direction of the Toronto Raptors. Mark Cuban wasn't wrong. I don't discredit it, but that's a reality. Like, we can talk about Kawhi Leonard, but things went in their direction. They got some breaks. They got some lucky bounces via injury, and that's how it happened. So there are going to be people, if this goes the way it goes and the Celtics won a title, that look at it and go, yeah, but look at all the injuries and everything that happened around them. Of course they should have won a title. I'm not going to go as far as to say that it should be criticized like the Lakers half championship. I'm not, when the Lakers won the Captain EO Cup a couple of years ago during COVID. Listen, I guess if you want to give them full credit, I give them a half championship. But, I'm more specific than you are. I don't like to round up. If somebody gives me $1.55, I don't think it's $2. I think it's $1.55. And I look at the Lakers and I think, well, they got a $1.50 championship. I don't tell you. They got some people get $1, some people get 2 quarters. Lakers got 2 quarters. They got a half championship. So I'm not saying that we're going to go that far as to mock that and LeBron James and his half championship. Not going to do that. Just saying. The Celtics have everything there at their disposal. It's all there. It's all on the table. And if it doesn't happen, they deserve every bit of criticism they got coming to them. Jonas Knox here, Fox Sports Radio. By the way, speaking of criticism, we don't get a lot of it on this show. I'll tell you that right now. A lot of positive feedback here via Twitter. People really, really excited about what has gone on here thus far. Guy writes in and says, well, if old SpongeBob Squarejaw didn't start off his show by ball-washing Aaron Rodgers, death, taxes, and Jonas bleep-hugging Aaron Rodgers.
He said that?
SpongeBob Squarejaw.
I am outraged.
What an idiot. Another guy writes in, good show, bitch bleep. Can always count on your bleep-eating bleep to deliver lukewarm, C-grade Skip Bayless takes. Eat my bleep.
You little jerk.
Brian writes in, leave the sports talk to actual men who have a pair dangling. You and your femboy toy should get back to your watch party breaking down Dumbo floppy ear bleep Prince Charlie becoming king. You F bleep.
How dare you?
Paul writes in, Joni, the twink version of old Jackson Mahomes, should be part of your beefcake posse looking for bleep bleep to harass, to do more TikTok trendy dances go viral.
This guy's a terrorist?
At the Jonas Knox on Twitter. At the Jonas Knox on Twitter if you would like to see the unedited versions of those.